Welcome back to Melbourne Strength Cultures podcast, number one in the hearts, number one in the charts. The boy there's are back with the second last episode of the years, fellas. We've got our Christmas special coming up. We're recording that on Friday, but this will be the 57th episode and the second last boy there's one. What's going on, boys? How we been? Didier, congratulations, you got married.
Thank you, Jamie.
Good work,
and
bro.
thank you, Jamie, for some great MC duties. Thank you to the man behind the camera, the one, the only, Donny B, for the DJ duties.
Barney.
Ripped it. It was
crushed
mad.
it on the
It was a
decks.
fun day.
DJ Bowers.
DJ Bows. DM for wedding inquiries. Not taking on clients for the next 48 months.
Somebody, I think somebody actually asked, can Donny do...
People have asked if Donny can do their weddings. He can't. People have asked if Jamie can be their MC, which I think he's open to. Always trying to find more revenue streams.
Always more revenue, diversify the portfolio.
Did anyone ask about me?
Just the chicks. That's all.
Oh, yeah. What can I say?
But how'd you go, Dids? How was the day? Did you enjoy it?
It was good fun. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed the day. Every single person, you guys will find this when this time comes for you, but every married person, no matter if they got married a year ago or 30 years ago, like, just make sure you really take it in because the day goes fast. And it's true, it does. But even though it went fast, it was a really fun day from start to finish. So
Yeah.
I'm glad. But it really does. It's like, oh, bang, it's over.
Did you take it all in?
I did take it in. Definitely took it in, though.
Did you get litty?
Got litty. I wasn't drunk enough, so I just started sculling reds, and then we got there.
I think my favourite part was we had planned 10 minutes before they were going to kick us out for Didier and Victoria to leave early. Or not leave early, but everybody say their goodbye and blah, blah, blah. And I walk up to Didier at quarter to 11. So 5 minutes before the planned exit. I'm like, oh, you got 5 minutes left. Do you want a couple of songs to wrap this thing up or whatever? And he's like, no, I'm going nowhere. And he looks at me and he's like, they're kicking me out. I'm just like,
because I was like, man, the party's going. If they come up to us and like, all right, we need to leave, we'll leave. But until then, let's keep the tracks going, man.
Yeah, because we only broke out the Jamiroquai like 20 minutes out.
Yeah, we need to
Man,
get some J in.
Once the Jamiroquai came out, that's when it was game
Is that
over.
what we're saying now, Jamiroquai?
What?
Say his name.
I said
Jamiroquai. That's a Jamie Smith moment.
Jamiroquai.
Jamiroquai.
I've been saying that forever.
I thought
I can
I had a moment
Jamiroquai
there.
more.
You know when people start saying a word differently, like they say it properly, like
Jamiroquai.
You're wondering,
and
are
you're
you
like,
saying it
"Fuck,
wrong?
I've been saying it wrong this whole time.
Jamiroquai. It's an I. Fuck.
Jamiroquai.
My life's a lie. Dad says it like that. My dad. Oh, Jesus.
You're just shifting the blame now.
Jamiroquai.
No.
Maybe Dad's
I'm not
right.
the blame. I meant maybe he's right.
I didn't know they were a band.
Comment down below.
Yeah, JK is the lead singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently he's got a Ferrari collection or something.
Yeah, and he loves to punch on. Yeah.
Jamiroquai.
Apparently, yeah, he always like fights out of clubs and shit.
Well, when he's
litty. When he's litty.
Yeah, but
The demons.
when he's performing.
Not when he's performing. When he's
he's out
performing,
at night. When he's out.
When he's performing his canned heat, man. The
demons
love
start
philosophy.
coming out.
He's boogieing down. When he's out in public, likes to
And isn't
punch
he
on.
like real short?
Yeah, that's why he wears the big hats.
They're not. They're normal size
illusions.
He had like one of the top, like the fastest Top Gear fast lap times.
Yeah.
because a proper driver.
Man, those
Loves the speed.
OG days of Top Gear are unmatched TV. So good.
Oh,
Fun.
yeah.
Absolutely. I think Tom Cruise was also a good driver.
Yeah,
Doesn't surprise me. Mission Impossible, just that.
yeah. But JK's a mad dog.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is a bit weird.
Bit weird.
Bit odd.
Bit Scientology.
Bit Scientology, which we don't love.
Top Gun 2 though, cracker movie.
That was a good
Crazy
movie.
Cracker movie. I was like, when I was watching it, I would like turn into the turns. Like I was like, like in my seat. Like I couldn't stop my body like wanting to get in the.
It felt like you were in the cockpit.
Yeah, in the
Is that
cockpit.
the new one?
It's really good.
Oh, I heard it's propaganda.
It is,
Into
100%.
Well, they've all been propaganda.
What do
like,
you mean, what do you mean
Of course,
propaganda?
I
They
think
get legit funding from like
To join the army?
no.
yeah. So and then in the cinemas
Join the Navy,
in
Air Force.
or through the theaters.
And they
In,
have people
guitar.
sign them up outside the thing.
Yeah, there's a sign about the thing, and they've also got like ads. So you know, like our ads beforehand, like
it's
head to the candy bar, get yourself a choc top. And these the ones in the US, the ones in the
We
US,
want you.
like join the army.
Yeah, join
America, baby.
It's The Simpsons. Yeah, the subliminal
yeah.
messaging.
Yeah, join the Navy.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling that whole Hollywood machine is propaganda.
I watched the documentary.
Yeah, I think you're right.
The whole everything they do over there.
course.
Yeah.
I watched a documentary on it in lockdown years, like the first lockdown on YouTube about apparently this is full conspiracy theory stuff, but the CIA use Hollywood movies to subliminally message us.
Well, everything else now is satanic imagery.
Yeah, Balenciaga
Everything's-
shit.
Oh, the Balenciaga.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, but everything else.
Like what's
Rihanna, Satanist. They're all Travis Scott,
Satanist.
Satanist.
Yeah.
They're all of them. That's
Is this the new theories?
No. An ex-girlfriend of mine went full down the conspiracy route on Instagram, and I started reading it.
You start learning.
Yeah, I started learning, and now everyone's a
woke up.
Satanist. I woke up.
Satanist.
I'm down the what is it? No, I'm woke now.
You're
Wait,
woke.
I'm not woke.
You red pilled.
Am I red pilled?
You're red
I
pilled.
forget the
I don't know. All the
colours.
terminology is fucking hard.
You're woke.
There's some verbiage you need to know.
But now I'm on the way to go off grid because
Crazy.
everything's propaganda and you're all Satanists. So
All Satanists.
bye.
No, I
Hollywood is fucking.
Satanic propagandists.
It's they're brainwashing us.
Always.
I think we're gonna get murdered. This podcast. They're gonna
Alex
take
If this
us-
is the last podcast, you know what?
I remember somebody. I can't remember exactly where
Alex
I heard
Jones.
it. Alex Jones. Yeah. Did anyone see the Alex Jones and Kanye?
I did not
The
see
clips
that.
of that. Alex Jones looks sane. He's come out of it better.
Better than Kanye.
Akash Singh on the Flagrant podcast said, "This is Alex Jones' road to redemption. He just has to interview people that are with
more unhinged than him.
yeah, more unhinged
It's
than
all
he
about.
is.
It's all about the. You
Wait.
look relatively.
Speaking of unhinged, though, did you see the Channel 5 interview? Andrew
With
Callahan
Alex Jones,
interviewing Alex Jones because he doesn't look sane there.
So you know the whole Sandy Hook thing.
Yeah.
So pretty much Alex Jones said some bullshit about it, and he got sued
He's got
by the
sued
families.
big time.
Big
Yeah.
time, stupid money. Anyway, so Andrew Callahan from Channel 5 News interviews him, and they're like, he's asking him about him, and he's like, "I killed the children. Yeah, I killed the children." so it's like he's obviously been sued for it, and it's like, it's like, yeah,
Time to
it was
dig
me.
in.
Yeah, he's like, "I killed them. I killed all the children." Reptiles.
What the same fuck
And then I went to watch it again today, just because Andrew Callahan's
I'm gonna have to
fucking
watch it.
weapon. And there was a bit like nonchalantly, like Andrew's asking, they're like, "Oh yeah, so I heard it was you that created cancer." Like just fucked shit, like
Yeah.
just
Oh, really?
ridiculous. Like it's just, and he's just like going off
Yeah.
the entire time. But Andrew Callahan, have you seen he's got a thing with HBO coming out?
No.
Oh, he's made it.
He's
made
he's still
it.
going to rock the YouTube stuff.
Exit velocity.
Yeah, but it's all the what was it, January 6th, the Capitol riots in the US.
Yeah.
So because he started doing this, like he started mockumentaries and then through YouTube, and then started getting into more serious
Topics.
presenting with like the BLM riots, but then he would go to like the QAnon shit, like in the midst of COVID, anti-vax rallies, pro-vax rallies, all this shit. It turned into like serious journalism. So this doco is the full lead up through the COVID, through
Oh,
the,
wow.
through the COVID.
So they started a while ago.
the COVID. I've got the COVID. Bloody COVID.
Sounds like you got him now.
Yeah. But it's the full lead up, like the polarity with the BLM riots and then the anti-vax and then all this shit.
All the political just tension.
All of it
Yeah.
in the lead up into January 6th. And they go into like the niche topics because it's like obviously, you know, people getting cancelled and then the leftists block out the right on Twitter and this, that. But he looks at both sides and he goes, you're pushing the polar opposite ends into these niche. They're not on Twitter anymore because they ban them all, but they go on Telegram and all
they
these
just
other
create a
fucked up
little-
ones. And they create the echo chambers get more echoey
Echoey.
and it gets worse and worse and worse. And then what happened was the Capitol.
Something's gonna.
Yeah. So that's what the doco is. I watched the
Fucking
trailer
hell.
today and it looked fucking
Is it
sick.
HBO still be on binge?
Oh, I'm not too sure. I don't know.
Binge
It's like
HBO.
HBO Plus.
You're
or
on
some
top of
shit.
all the streaming services. You're the guy to go to. You know what's where and who's where.
Binge. No, I get rid of KO in the summer. I don't watch.
Nothing to watch.
Just the winter.
No, yeah, only for the footy.
If you're keen to get stuck into some powerlifting training in the new year, there's plenty of competitions on the calendar. Join the Strength Culture team. We'll help you get there. Dan for coaching.
Is Callahan the one that went to the rally and that guy's like, "You want to see my drip?" Drip, drip.
Yeah, my spectacular drip.
Yeah. What is that one?
That's
the-
Complex Con.
Complex Con. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is complex?
So
Con?
Complex is like a hip hop magazine.
Yeah.
And then it's like the culture. So like hip hop culture, sneaker culture, fashion culture, all that shit, all in one. And then there'll be rap concerts, and then like a lot of the hype beast designers and shit like that, and it's all in one place.
So I rocked up to work last week, and the two Jamies were down some YouTube rabbit hole about this. Is it drill rap? Drill rap?
Yeah, like Chicago drill. So like,
Yeah, there was a bit going on there.
Do you want me to educate you?
Educate the
It's
people.
fresh in my mind.
Chief Keef,
Let's
Chief
go.
Keef,
King Von.
King Von, R.I.P. King Von.
Some big names.
Yeah. So O Block is in south of Chicago. It's like South side. Cringe. Turn it off. Cringe. Chi-town. Sometimes called Chirac as well.
I haven't heard that one. Wow.
You haven't heard Chirac?
Haven't heard
It's actually
Chirac.
the murder capital of America.
I've heard that.
Chicago. Yeah. So O Block is this sort of like the hood of South Chicago.
It's a project.
Yeah, it's like one area though. It's like a one block of like commission housing, pretty
Like
much.
how Hispanic people say Chicago.
How they say it?
Chicago. They say it with a ch. Have you seen every like Mexican that's in like a Hollywood? They say Chicago. It's also because Chicago's where they set Ozark, so it's fresh.
So
fresh TV show.
I when I was younger, sorry to interrupt, I went through this entrepreneurial phase where I sold fake snapbacks, and I got a Chicago Bulls like a snapback. But there was a spelling mistake, so it was the Chicago Bulls instead of G instead of C. So yeah, I don't have it anymore.
It was like those, like the Louis Vuitton stuff they'd sell in Bali and shit.
Yeah, misspelling mistakes.
Yeah, Rolex and stuff like that. Yeah. It looks like an X, but it's actually a K.
Rolex.
But anyway, yeah. So it's the project, or it's like this one block, and it's sort of subdivided in two gangs. The OBs or something, and the ODs or something. Two gangs, pretty much. And I think it was 2013, drill rap was coming up, like early 2010s. Drill rap was coming up, and there was a few of these rappers.
Shouts out Chief Keef.
Yeah, started rapping about like just what they're experiencing in O Block, and it was called O Block because somebody died in like 2008 or something. One of the young guys died.
And he went by the name O.
So they called the block where he grew up O Block, and then all of these rappers started popping up out of the O Block. Lil Durk is probably the most famous one. He sort of escaped the O Block. He actually tried to buy the O Block and didn't quite get the O Block, unfortunately. Michelle Obama came from the O Block. She got out of there and made it all the way to the White House. But ultimately, it's what you'd expect from a lot of these sort of
Like the drill rap, fuck part is they like literally say their enemies' names.
And they say who they've killed, like
Yeah,
in their songs
like,
and shit.
in the area. And then the issue, and this is what another Andrew Callahan video is. There's a guy DJ Academics who's like a fuckwit. I don't like him at all. But he made a YouTube channel before he's famous as a hip hop like author or whatever blog writer, and it was called The War in Chirac. And he started to publicize the murders. And he started to talk about them, and like so and so's got beef with this person and this, and he's not even in Chicago. It's like this person's got beef with that one, and then gave gang members a platform as well as the music, and then people started killing for clout.
Fuck.
That's crazy.
It's fucked. And then like Andrew Callahan's asked him, like, do you think you're responsible for making this worse? And it's actually insane. Like the music's aggressive. They talk about like literally their fucking enemies and killing them, and it's inciting violence. It's hectic.
Yeah, so
if you haven't watched the video, because
so they're all young. So like when it was all popping off, they're all like 18, 19, 20, making viral music, and then they're still like proper gang members, like shoot like. And apparently King Von's got seven deaths or something.
Bodies,
yeah, 7 bodies. Because he like has all like these like hidden messages about skulls and stuff and how many skulls there are, and but he got killed. So that's what I was learning about. And also Callahan did one in there, and it's pretty. It's sad stuff. Some also like Louis Theroux, some of his documentaries where he'd go into like a cult. Like a religious cult, and he'd be there with like
the Westboro one is the most fun one.
he'd be there with like 40 people, and they're telling their story, and you can almost see that they know behind, but whether or not they're putting up a front or something, and they're just saying all these things that they do in these cults, It's just like, man, like
Like they
it's just-
know? Like you think
I reckon
they're
they do
aware?
know because sometimes he goes back 12 months later and like 2 or 3 of them are pulled out.
Yeah,
and they're
okay.
like, I can't believe I was in that. Like, what were we thinking? Like, they've just been like,
Westboro Baptist Church.
Yeah.
that might be.
You seen that
That
one?
is,
Yeah.
What's their fucking?
Oh, I'm not going to repeat the things they say. It's like full blown anti-abortion.
I think
Like
it's just as far down that
like
route
as
as
far
you can.
down that, like anti-gay, anti-LBGTQI, like but it's like so aggressive.
And it's like all the kids are involved and stuff as well.
Everyone, you see full-blown families just saying the most fucked shit, and you're like, my god. But the thing with Andrew Callahan and Lou Theroux, like their interview style, like the reason they can get in these places, they ask from like this place of like
Curiosity.
naivete. Is that
Yeah.
the word? I think that's how you say it.
Naivete.
Both
You're
say-
splicing up all the words today.
Naivete.
Big vocab
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, today, hey, I'm on today, but I had 8 hours to sleep, so
New man.
yeah, just wait till I break out the creatine.
Rejuvenated.
Oh, fuck, get the
creatine.
creatine.
Neurotransmitters.
Yeah, but it's like the way they ask, like it's never from a place of judgment where you listen to what's that Piers Morgan? Like fuck.
Piers Morgan just hits him.
And he's like, it's pretty much like, so why are you a fucking idiot? Like, it's like,
Which one's Piers Morgan
Piers
again?
Morgan got cancelled off BBC, British Broadcasting
Yeah, well,
Channel.
it's like that other. It's like Darren Hinch.
or Big Black Cocks.
It's just, isn't Darren Hinch like that as well?
Darren Hinch, very Darren Hinch like.
Darren Hinch, like
It's
pretty much-
aggressive.
almost like
Yeah.
Pauline Hanson. Like
Yeah.
they just say it. They're just
Yeah.
like, well, why'd you say that? And they just hit you with
but they
it. It's just
ask
like,
you like, and the way they ask, you're literally pushing someone to the defense straight away.
Straight away, yeah.
It's like as if you've got this opinion.
Andrew Callahan is impartial. He just sits there. He's just trying to draw the information out.
And that's why people are willing to talk to him because they don't feel
Yeah,
like
they feel
you're trying to make him look
comfortable.
like an idiot or you just
They feel
come
comfortable with him, and he never like judges them or just like he probably in his head he's probably like thinking this.
Yeah,
but
he
the way he's-
definitely has his views, but you can tell where he leans towards. But
Yeah.
he'll never like he'll go to the QAnon conferences, and as far fetched as some of the conspiracies are, like he'll never rip someone.
Nah.
Like they do, like those what do they call the zooms, the crash zooms or whatever. I don't know the way they zoom in, and it's like that's the way they do the humor. Like you can tell they're taking the piss out of someone, but
they use the editing.
They use
But
the
it's
editing.
not like make them
But in the
say
moment,
something
yeah,
wrong.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like they like zoom in on their face.
Yeah. But he takes the piss out of both sides, and I think that's what makes it.
We interrupt this podcast for a word from our sponsors, which is the fantastic Three Kings Wealth Management. Three Kings Wealth Management is a financial service company. However, they do a whole lot more. And from the experience that I've seen from both Buzz and then Charlie working with Ryan and the Three Kings team, I can see how much value that they jam pack into their services. Alongside the normal services, they also have a free course up and running, which will be linked down below. In that course, there are 15 modules. It goes through foundations and setting up things like insurances and wills to plan for your future and make sure that your future is a success from a financial position. And it's actually been a really fun course to go through. I've learned a lot myself through risk management of investment strategies and all that sort of stuff. So it's been awesome. What about yourself, Charles?
Yeah, so it's been great working with Ryan for the last few months, obviously setting up not only the financial side of things, but he's been helping me with business mentoring as well and helping me to position myself and almost remarket myself and my message to be able to actually earn more money and speak directly to the clients that I want to be working with. So it's been great in that aspect as well. And I think for young coaches, I would have loved to have had been working with him a few years ago. So I know his books are currently closed, except if you come through the podcast or through us. So if you are a young coach looking to develop your skill set and can't recommend it highly enough.
So you can jump through the links in the bio, the free course, and also their Instagram will be linked down below. Yeah.
Bit of a segue. Did we ever explain the creatine story?
I don't think we have, and we put it in. This is just because we say it on every episode. We need to actually explain the creatine story, and why it's so fucking funny.
Creatine.
But this might become one of those things where you try to tell a joke and then it all of a sudden loses its humour to the people that are coming in.
Could lose its humour.
But long story short, Charlie and I went to a Luke Tulloch where were we?
It was Luke Tarlick and Jordan Shallow in 2019. It was fucking
Systems of
and
Synergy. That's it. And Luke Tulloch was talking about how creatine, there's a
It's like a nootropic.
Sort of
helps like regenerate the sheaths of like the neurons or some shit.
In your
Regenerate
brain.
your brain hole.
in your brain. And then one day Charlie started taking creatine because he wanted to. Was it to get more jacked?
Just because everyone used to laugh at me when I said I didn't take creatine.
Who the fuck laughed at you?
Heaps of people.
Really?
I'm not going to say names, but also...
I'm going to say
Name him.
But strength and performance-wise, shit on all of them.
There it is.
You know our views. I'm
You
like,
don't take creatine.
fuck that, you fucking idiot. No, so the crazy... You know what we're like? We're very like, whatever. Fuck, train hard, eat protein, get some sleep. Like, it's not that fucking hard. Very much down the anti-optimal. Just fucking train. So...
I don't even know if it's like anti-optimal.
It's just
don't sweat the
I
small
think it's
stuff.
just doing the basic shit.
It's just good enough.
It's doing the
Angus and I chatted about it. It's just the good enough.
doing
crowd.
the basic
Like,
shit
it's
and
fine.
doing it well.
Yeah.
And not worrying about the minutiae.
They don't sweat the small
the
stuff.
little point. They're not even 1%ers. Some of them. They're 0.01%ers. And so the creatine. So I just had a bag there because Deuce had it, and so I just started taking it one day, and my brain capacity increased.
I remember this situation. Jamie and I were here. We were setting up the
cable with the
gym.
Assembling the
Pec
gym,
fly.
yeah.
And we're putting together some of the machines, and some of the machines did not have instructions, or like we're just trying to
Yeah,
set
they were
shit
hard.
up. And then you rolled in, and we were like, "What the fuck?" There was something that we were
It
stuck
was the
on.
seat on the pec fly machine. We couldn't work out how to get the thing so that it springs back. And
Yeah.
And Charlie just walked in. It was like,
walked in.
put that there, easy. Boom.
Started snapping his fingers. We're stuck on this problem literally 15 minutes. Like, what the fuck is going on? It comes, boy, let's do this here, do that there, done, dusted. Everything was sorted straight
there
away.
was another one as well, and then
There was a few things. I remember we had like work meetings on a Monday, and we were just like trying
Charles
to
is
figure
just
something
on.
out. Just on. And since then,
Whenever
creatine.
anyone's
gotta
on.
think laterally. I did it also when we went to the escape room.
Creatine.
Creatine. Me, you, Jackson, and JP went to the escape room. Yeah. And you guys were stuck there, and I just sit back, fucking bang, sort that out. Next problem.
Next problem.
Sorted.
Just coming in.
The creatine. It's meant to be for a thing, but also apparently everyone used to say it's the most researched supplement meant to help. Well, yeah, obviously it does help performance in Homo Saber short, but who gives a shit?
And if you want to grab...
Train hard.
If you want to grab some creatine, Culture 10 at Elite Subs, there's plenty of creatine to be
Train hard. Look, it is a
had.
cheap supplement. The thing is, I tell you, it's cheap. It's worth having and taking. Not that any of us are taking it, but if you want to take it, it's fairly cheap.
Yeah.
I reckon I'd need the caps. I hate the powder.
I hate the powder
Just
too.
mix it in
Hate
with
it.
shit.
Huh?
Just mix it in with oats or mix it in my smoothies.
Yeah, but I always get this little crunch. Well, I think I just know it's there. It's just yuck. I don't like it.
You know it's there.
I feel like I know it's the second I placebo myself out. I'm like, this is shit. I do, man. I feel it. It may be my hectic berry bonanza shake.
Your sludge shake.
My sludge. It ends up grey anyway.
You're sludgy.
Yeah,
cement.
and spinach, the cement. I could probably mask it in there, but just caps it there.
Yeah.
Caps.
Nah.
Get that up.
Fuck the
It's cheap.
creatine.
It's a cheap stuff.
Speaking of the anti-optimal crowd, it would be remiss of us to not discuss DJ Kaz.
DJ.
These are the fucking cringiest thing I've ever seen. Didier's done some cringy shit.
I have.
So has Jay Smith, but fuck me. This was...
Neck level.
I just wish he put more effort into it.
No,
Like,
I
it
wish
just
he
sucked.
just unblock us.
Well, that too, but like it was just, watching through. I'm like, this is just bad, man. Like it's not funny.
So,
like,
But also 8 months of just pot shots, like shitty pot shots of just things that we didn't say. And it's like, you suck, man.
He sucks.
Like, you suck. Like, it doesn't...
I
It's
wish
not even funny.
I find it hilarious.
No,
I
no,
do
no.
find
The
it hilarious.
situation is funny,
It is funny.
but the way you went about it,
It's like,
hilarious.
the boys at Melbourne Strength Culture
No,
think we
my
don't train hard. It's like, no
No one ever said that.
My favourite is because he doesn't tag us, but he'll always just write Melbourne Strength Culture.
he's
But he
still
always
a-
puts strength in the little air quotes. The boys at Melbourne Strength Culture. I think I don't train hard. And then it's him just one arm rowing a full stack of prime with a rotate
people
handle.
just grunting shit like, oh, mate, that song was so bad. Like, whatever it was. and
I
it
want to
was
know,
like-
so do you reckon he made it or did he commission someone to make it? Or did someone just make it?
Man, you can.
What do you reckon's worse? If he made it
I
himself
reckon he
or if he
commissioned
paid someone?
I reckon
It's
he
worse
had-
if you paid someone.
So
Yeah.
so it's a mix of us
No, but I'm just picturing him sitting there
for 10 hours.
I'm picturing him
Working out
sitting
how
there.
to trim
it's
videos.
8 months project.
I reckon.
8 months.
I
Bro,
reckon,
it's his masterpiece.
I reckon it's worse if he made it himself.
It's way worse.
It's because you know
terrible.
he's got money,
Yeah.
but if
Yeah.
he spent the time to make it himself,
We're taking a while.
And
I
he's
guess
sitting there.
to search back through a lot of
Pathetic
videos.
on all ends.
it's
a pathetic
it's
video.
pathetic either way.
If you're gonna make a hate video, whatever, what do
At
they call
least
it?
unblock
At
us.
least, no, at least make it good.
I know.
No, for sure.
If he made a video that was like
Let's
genuinely
make it
funny, I'd
good.
be like, oh, good pod shot.
I don't think he's got it in him though.
Doesn't. He doesn't.
He's not even gonna get to see this.
he doesn't have the humor. No, we'll get this out there. This will get out there.
No, we don't have him blocked. He can.
He can't see it. I don't know.
Nah, he would have a burner.
What happens?
would have-
yeah,
he would have-
but we
would be that
have, we have
He-
burners.
I have a burner as well, but it's for,
Oh,
you
do
know,
you have a burner?
yeah, it's
Please.
for, yeah, it's for my creative side.
He would be
But
checking up on
I
us.
also go a monthly Kassem check when someone tells me that he's made another post. I have to suss it out.
It's impressive. It's impressive that he's held on to that comment for so long.
Oh, I
The
don't know.
impressive
It's
part-
just sad.
But you know what the funny thing is?
It's impressively sad.
He's got beef with a few people.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
Not-
growing list.
It's a growing list, but it's a big list.
It's a big list.
Like, it's
of
not just-
people high up in the industry.
Oh, there's
But
one
I
other
think,
thing I've got to
I
talk
feel
about.
like he. I don't know because I don't look at his page, but I feel like he revisits us probably. I'm assuming more than anyone else.
It appears that way.
It appears that
We're
way,
his
doesn't
favourite.
it?
We're his favourite.
But how funny is that? Why don't you rip some of the big guys?
I know. Yeah.
Well, it's like-
who are we? Like,
Yeah, exactly. Which I think
Stop
is
punching down,
No, no,
Kaz.
come on, man. You got someone your own size.
that is like that's the funniest part. You got 3-4 fuckwits on a podcast talking about pull downs, and you hung on to it for 8 months. When you got probably like Paddy D and all
He's a
these-
bully. He's punching down.
Yeah,
He's a
I know, but
bully.
you got all these other guys that are like fitness heavies that are just like I'll leave them.
yeah, but he's a bully.
More successful, more smart, more accomplished.
What kind of bully? If you can go into a school setting, what kind of bully bullies someone and we just sit here and laugh at him? So it's not really bullying.
It's not bullying.
It's not bullying.
His
'cause
action is bullying, but we're not receiving
we're
his
just
bullying.
like,
It's a laugh.
You're an idiot.
The one last thing, because I actually had this. I had 2 people message me and say, "There's nobody in the comment section defending you guys," and I just have to put this out there because a lot of people don't know this. He also has his comment section filtered, so all the comments have to be approved. So any of the defensive comments that go into bat for us either just get taken down or don't make it through the.
That is pathetic. And
So
the problem
you
with-
go on any of his comment threads and it's just all love, 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 love. So it's never going to be any other way.
The
an
issue
echo
with that
chamber.
is like,
Can someone make us a song?
Some young kid,
Nah, no
like
song.
trying
No
to learn.
scooping. No
Some young kid goes in there trying to learn what's right and wrong with training. Sees this guy, sees some of the things he pushes, and then sees the comments and straight away thinks, "Oh, the people agree." And like, and not that he's pushing anything terribly bad. Like
No.
we don't hate him. That's the thing.
Well,
People
but
always think we
I
hate
look
him.
at his shit
We
and I
like his
still don't
ideas
think
more
there's
or
anything
less.
inherently wrong
Of
with what he's
course,
doing.
but it's just like no other person
there's a
that I'm
few
aware of
things,
does
there's a
that.
few things.
Like,
So we've just ended another year of powerlifting, coming off nationals last week. If you're anything like me, feeling a little bit burnt out and you're looking to change things up for the next 6 months or year and want to return to powerlifting later on, hit me up. I'd love to work with you. DM me for coaching.
But yeah, that's the update on that.
pal.
And we can go from one, I guess, one fitness whatever to another fitness.
We've got to send Andrew Callahan.
The
over
Liver
here.
King. The Liver King has
goat.
come out as a full-fledged, just lying piece of poo.
I absolutely love that the day that it happened. I don't even know if you were taking the piss.
I was
at
taking
this
the piss
point.
full time.
You were? All right.
time.
I was leaning towards taking the piss, but I was
I
like,
think there was people on Instagram that were doing the same thing as you, but not taking the piss.
That's why I was doing
oh,
it.
for sure. Yeah.
so just to clarify what you were doing, maybe
Just
explain
to
listeners.
clarify, up until he actually made the video, I had a small slither of
Wait,
hope.
so were you taking the piss or not?
No, up until the video, a small slither of hope that maybe this guy has actually worked it out.
You
Maybe
actually thought that liver was the reason he
not
was
Liver
so
King,
bad.
but maybe him just genetically or whatever.
Peptides in liver.
And he's been on this thing for 15 years, and maybe for whatever reason he's just got a high threshold for muscle, and he's got a slightly red tinged chest and face. I was holding.
You know
out
what
hope.
happens, you know?
I was holding out hope, but as soon as that video came out, I was like, I'm just going to play up on that. And I did the thing about it's a deep fake. It's Joe Rogan behind the fucking mask, blah, blah, blah. But there were still people being like, nah, man, this is all set up. He's got a bigger plan. I'm like, I don't think he does. I think he's just
And
a
now
piece
he's
of
come
shit.
out on
I think
flagrant.
he's-
He's come out on flagrant and literally just said, yeah, I was lying.
But now he's gone the other way and he's full making fun of how much steroids. Have you seen all like his roid
No, I
rage
haven't.
videos? So he's in like a break.
leaning
room.
in. He's leaning in.
leaning in hard though, but he's leaning into the point where it's like, come on, man, you still fucking lied to 1.7 million people. God knows how many impressions you get on social media and who's not following you. Like, and also you talk about like being strong for the young men and like the people that are struggling with mental health and self-esteem and feeling good enough and finding the gym and all of this sort of stuff. You just fucking lied to all of them who put you on this pedestal. It's like, come on, man. I think he's got some bigger demons than what is currently being. But at least he's owned it.
He's
That's
owned
the first
it,
step.
and I just like, fucking. I'm all for you give him a second chance.
Yeah, 100%.
Give him a second chance. He's come out, he's owned it, he's apologised. He was full.
Yeah, but I feel like you got to repurpose the shit you're saying because all of this stuff, I didn't look at him at all before this. Like I saw you guys. Like,
You got to watch
bits here
the
and there.
podcast with Flagrant.
Nah, I can't watch it. I can't fucking do it. It doesn't tickle my fancy.
Yeah,
but
you got to watch it to have a further opinion. On
nah, I make my opinions based off of 2 seconds.
Based off
snippets on
assumptions.
Instagram.
I'm happy for
I'm all assumptions.
an uninformed opinion.
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
it
So
hit.
love
Let it
This is it.
Fuck you.
This is it. All right, listen.
I want to make a fucking video
No,
about
no,
you.
I'm gonna make an opinion. You tell me if my assumptions are wrong. You based off of you watching the Flagrant thing.
I've only watched half of it.
All right. So you go fuck
You get the
yourself.
full opinion, the half.
Listen, all right. Now this is uninformed. From the bits that I've watched of him, there was a lot of like positive shit of him talking about you live a life like this. It's happy. It's this. It's that. It's good for you to do this. A life of purpose. Whole foods. This, that. Sunlight. Whatever else. It's all fantastic.
sun the nuts.
Sun your
and it's all
nuts.
sun your nuts. It's all great messaging. Yeah. I think that's all fantastic. He's blasting. Who knows how much gas? All right. How much gas? And he's talking
Blasting.
about people that are sad or whatever else, and you should use fitness for this, and which is all a positive message. Gas is busted, and like people that like it's fuck. Like do what you want to do, but I feel like there's probably some deep seated insecurity in a lot of people that haven't trained for 10, 15 years that just blast gas day dot for sure.
And there's a lot of people out there that do that.
And there's a lot of people out there that do that. If he's not now with this platform he's got and all this positive messaging and whatever else, going back to say, hey guys, it's fucked up what I do, or like this isn't for everyone, or talk about the dangers of it, then he's not. He's still a fuckwit to me. So until you go and you talk about that sort of stuff, like I don't think you deserve a second.
Because that's the problem. He's got all these people wrapped around his little finger. They love him. They love everything he's about. And then suddenly, this guy that I put on such a pedestal, he's on gas. Oh, maybe it's, straight away, one thing leads to another. And then
That's a 10th tenet.
you're probably
Fun.
You're
Yeah,
probably
fun.
influencing all those people.
10th
to do
tenet
that.
is lie to your followers.
And the
That's
11th
what
is
it
pin solved.
My favourite is they made him hold the donut. Yeah. The Flagrant. So they said to him, they're like, you've been lying to everyone. Andrew Schultz is so funny.
actually very
He
funny.
goes, you've been lying to everyone. You've been going on all these podcasts, making people eat fucking balls and liver and shit. He goes, now it's time for you to eat some of our food. And they bring out a fucking platter with donuts and chocolate and shit. And they're like, come on. They're like, just hold the donut. Hold it. Give it a lick. Give it a lick.
Something else that I found really funny. So his sons didn't know, and he had to tell them. So he had to tell his sons.
Did he film it and put it on Instagram?
No, but he said that.
Listen to your voice.
So he said that he said liver is king. So he said that his PR team wanted him to come out and say it's all just TRT. He's on it, but it's TRT. And he's like, I'm not doing that. Like if I'm coming out as a lie, I'm coming out as a lie. So he's like, how he told his family is how he wanted to tell. So apparently the speech or the way in which he navigated the conversation was similar to the thing he filmed. But he's like, yeah, my sons didn't know and I had to tell them. It was quite a vulnerable thing for the family and all this sort of stuff. And Andrew's like, oh, so how'd the boys take it? And they're like, oh, Dad, today we don't want to eat testicles. That was the fucking response. Like, imagine being these kids.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think it's helped they must have like an autoimmune issue or something, which I think is similar to what Jordan Peterson's daughter's gone through, and Jordan Peterson as well, with like just a meat-only diet. Like
They
a
need to cut
carnivore.
the fucking nutritional advice.
Yeah, he does as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's now attacking glycemic fucking the
what is he
glycemic
taking?
load or
Big
something.
carbs.
Yeah, big
Carbs.
carbs. Just
Carbs are the
in
issue.
general.
Big carbohydrates.
Yeah,
Big carbs.
Stick to 12 rules.
Crunchy nut. I just
Crunchy
started bringing the
nuts.
cereal back in. I was like, I'm getting a bit. We've been doing the fucking on the road, brick sessions and shit. Get some carbs in, easy carbs. Crunchy nuts crazy though. To see Jordan Peterson's training regime before he
I don't
starts.
think he would train.
That's that video of like Joe Rogan like ripping his daughter about like he just didn't have the energy to train. Like, it's like, and then Joe Rogan's like, no, you always have energy. You get up, you walk, you do something. If you can, like he's basically saying no one is in a position where they can't do some form of exercise.
A great Angus Bradley take on all of this is like you got to be wary of the fitness advice that you get from boomers on TRT. It's like they've just. He's like, yeah, you got Joe Rogan saying, yeah, the ice bath is making me feel great. Yeah, but you're also blasting on a fucking Monday to Friday. Feeling
Is it
like
the ice bath, Joe, or is it the TRT?
Their TRT dose. It's very
straight
easy.
testosterone to the veins.
Nah,
What's going on here?
I had a mate years ago that is like, I want to be a fighter, this, that. I'm like, all right, no worries. But he was also a fucking chronic stoner. Like, just ridiculous. And I'm like, I had a bit of experience in fighting. And we're talking about it. He's like, yeah, I want to do this. I want to become this and that. I'm like, oh, yeah, you should probably lay off the weed. And he's like, oh, nah, man, Joe Rogan. Fucking. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? The guy's on the sauce. His whole life is geared towards athletic performance and just
been doing
training.
it for 30 years.
He's been doing it for 30 years. But, hey, Joe Rogan smokes buds, so can I. I'm like, you've been doing jiu-jitsu for 6 months, bro. I'm like, good luck.
Have you seen Joe Rogan kick the heavy bag?
Oh, he's an animal. He's
my
an animal.
God.
Smacks it.
He fucking dints the thing.
No,
like
he's
it
a
full on.
weapon.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
It's definitely a weapon.
Big boy.
Yeah, but speaking of triathlon training, how's the transition been, boys? How's the...
He's got my heart rate up to 180.
Yeah.
On Saturday. No, the brick is a different.
Explain what a
beast.
brick session is.
It's a brick mark. No, apparently it's not. So it's not a brick. It's actually spelt brick. I was trying to find it yesterday. I don't think it is an acronym.
It is. We looked it up. It's
Because
it's
both. It's duality. It's training dual events in the same day.
No, it's bike into run conditioning.
Chaos and order.
Yeah, but it's
Bike.
No, we
Chaos
looked
and
it
order.
up the other day.
what is it? Bike
I'm Googling it.
brick mark.
What is a brick in triathlon? Why do they call it a brick workout? Here we go. It's an acronym for bike, run, in combination. So it's BRIC.
Bike run
but
combination.
You're not going to spell it BRIC because that's
yeah.
just silly.
It's a bike ride,
Okay.
cycling into
That'd be
running.
daft.
Don't be daft.
Cycling into running. And it's definitely, it's a different beast because my average pace on my run on Wednesday was 6:50 minute Ks, and then it was a minute slower after the bike. And
Wait, did
harder.
you factor in the walk on that run?
The
walk run
the
you did on
intervals,
Wednesday?
no, the average. Oh, I don't fucking know. Anyway, it felt way harder.
Still
Whatever.
new to this, mate. It's still
Man,
fucking
take it
easy.
easy. Fractions and shit.
Try a fleet.
Anyway, whatever. It was harder. My
Heavy legs.
So you
Heavy
felt the fatigue.
heavy
into the
legs,
run.
and heart rate was way higher.
But it was weird though because perceived exertion wasn't like.
It was hot as well.
Yeah,
Saturday
but
morning,
heart rate
sun.
was
Had
just
you had
like
your creatine?
going.
I haven't had creatine for ages.
I went fasted. My heart rate was going up. I wasn't looking at it at all during. I looked at it afterwards, but like RPE was low.
We had a couple of beers the
That
night
was real
before.
low.
That's earn them.
Did you earn your
Yeah,
beers?
that's earn them.
You got it.
Oh yeah,
Earned them.
that the G lager.
I went last week. I
Garden
went
chicken
for
beer.
borderline alcoholic Wednesday to Friday.
Last
too.
week.
Drank Wednesday. We had a beer after the. We did the run into bike. Had a beer Thursday night. Drinks. Friday beers.
You guys are becoming very middle aged. Just
Mate.
bricks and beers.
We've been bricks. We've been earning the
It's
beers.
something about December.
We've been earning the beers, mate. Should we explain earning the beers?
Yeah,
I think we should.
I think we should because I feel like some people would look at it and be like, "That's pretty fucking disordered." Like eating wise.
We're completely joking.
We are completely
Hopefully that
joking.
comes across.
The joke.
Yeah, hopefully.
We're spelling it out now. We're spelling it out.
You'd really hope so, but it's not. Like sometimes,
Yeah.
you'd think the joke.
It was a very
is.
footy thing as well.
Yeah.
Pre-season camp, we'd go there, fucking flogging us, fucking
Get up at 5 a.m.
yeah, 5, and then for the beers that night.
Yeah, for the beers that
Earn your
night.
beers, boys.
Yeah.
They'd huddle you around. Come on, boys. We're going to do this. We're going to earn our beers.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
It was because we worked in a similar area, Bayside, and like it was very cardio focused, like all
Yes.
cardio focused, group fitness, whatever else.
Run,
Lifting wasn't
cycle.
it. It was just burn calories. Like it's just as many calories as you can burn. And I remember I'd go out and run with these guys, and it's like a 15K run on a Saturday morning. And we're out there like chipper as 6Ks in, and they're like, "We're earning the beers, boys!" Like running down the track, the Bayside Trail
We got a
on-
theory,
by the
though.
beach.
That they're all so chipper and happy because there's so much oxygen going to their brain.
Yeah.
They got better
just figured it
VO2s.
out.
That's
Yeah.
it, 100%. Them
Oxygen.
endorphins, just the constant
They're on a
runners
constant
high.
runner
Runners
high.
high
Yeah,
and
that's it.
oxygen.
Do you boys actually get a runner's high?
I'm buzzing after. We were like shouting at each other in our driveway. We didn't realize it, but we were like yelling. We're like,
So
man, that's heck, yeah.
I've got a couple of theories. I think I felt it more after the ride and run together because we've been going for longer.
After the brick mark?
Because I don't think I'm.
Wait, which
I don't
one? We
think
did
I'm
both.
running. The runs that I've been doing are too short to get
To get high.
to get high. Yeah, to get high.
I was off my head.
Off my head. The runs have been too short, but then with the brick mark, it's going longer. It's going for a longer period. But also,
This run is cracker.
I've also got another theory too, because we're already trained as well. I feel like when I first started training lifting weights, you get that high, and that just, it dissipates.
Yeah.
Yeah, it normalised, stabilised.
Is that because we were teenagers though?
No, I think you're just low test.
Do they test in triathlons or can you jab?
TRT.
You can jab.
You can jab?
Yeah. I think it's probably if you're
Sort you
elite.
out.
Wait,
No guy.
what? You can jab in a triathlon?
Oh, well, they're not testing you at the fucking
'Cause
two times
it's a
you
local
run
car.
series
The Wheat
down
Pic's
Brighton.
open. Yeah.
At the Wheat Pic's open.
What about like Nutri-Grain Ironman? Are they doing it at that level? Like,
Probably.
With the knee paddleboarders.
yeah, like the top level.
Sure.
I'm sure they would. I feel like any of those sports that have like Australian champions and all that sort of stuff.
But
like
also,
those-
if we want to circle back to the whole Liver King conversation, if you're taking steroids to do a sprint triathlon at 2XU sprint
St
triathlon,
Kilda.
you got bigger issues that you
Correct.
need to address.
Well, I'm a degenerate, so I reckon maybe we'll just
You
get
do have
into it.
issues.
Time
though.
to jab up.
You've definitely got issues.
So what was the theory?
I want to get APO.
What was the theory?
After the running and the
Oh
riding.
no, they're just like, because I've been training. I've already a trained person who's been
You've pushed
doing-
yourself.
I think it's a shit theory. You've just placeboed
We
yourself.
still haven't heard the theory. What's the
He reckons he
theory?
can't get runners high.
That's his theory.
Because how
I
trained
said-
he is.
Yeah, because I'm trained.
You think he's beyond it?
Nah, I reckon,
I reckon you haven't run enough
If he was
yet.
couched to 5K, then
I reckon
maybe.
run as high is bullshit.
Nah, it's not.
Clip that, Donny.
So the idea, I was reading some theories on runners high that it's like endorphins. One is survival, fight or flight, because if you're running from something,
So you got to run
and then you
harder.
make it.
no, you got to.
And the runner's low is you just get
the
killed.
runner's low is dead.
We'll give you headphones with lion
the runner's
sounds in
high,
it.
so then you're on a high when you die.
So we've got
You're
that-
not high when you die.
No, it's for survival.
DMT
survival.
release.
It's survival.
Yeah.
So maybe you don't get a runner's high of zone 2 work.
Maybe.
I reckon that makes sense.
Yeah, because I feel like you're not going to get fucking.
Well, because like I don't get when I do 20, 30 minutes on the air bike. Theoretically, it's cardio.
Air bike high?
You'd probably get an air bike high. Well,
But if
running
you-
is the mechanism for the aerobic.
But if you
work, so-
pounded yourself for a minute at the end, I reckon you'd get a bit of endorphins. Like me,
reckon?
if
Nah, 1 minute's to chat. You'd want to.
not even a minute, say 30 seconds, but like
No, that's chat as well. If you're going hard, you're going
15
hard for
seconds.
that. No, like an extended period, like a threshold session. If you're going 20 minutes hard,
20 minutes.
it'd be different. 1 minute, balls to the wall.
Like
you just
20
wanna
minutes
vomit.
for time or something.
nah, but like but
I
like
feel like the spewy feelings. If you've got the runners high,
The spewy
the
over.
spewy
comes
over,
over,
yeah,
fair.
for sure.
When I did that sled challenge, that 5 minutes, I had no high. All I wanted to do was vomit.
you were making
low.
some noises,
that my stomach felt like it was gonna like. It was like I was in a vacuum, and it was like.
What about what about when you get the metallic flavoring in your mouth? You get that like
adrenaline.
is that adrenaline?
Apparently, it's adrenaline.
Is
And you can
adrenaline
get it from
metal?
the sauna too.
Really?
You get a metallic taste.
Oh,
You get
man.
like-
I can't do saunas.
No?
Yeah, we realized.
haven't you been sauning like weekly?
Buzz is a
No,
big-
no, no. I go. I go.
He
they've got-
goes.
yeah.
He lasts about 40% of the first interval.
Yeah, so they all go 15 minutes. So it's 15 minutes on, 5 minutes off. I go in there for about 6, and I'm like, how much time is there left? And I look at the time, man.
You've
and
got
they're
no
like,
grit.
They got like 8. Nah, I can't be fucked.
You've got no grit.
Saunas aren't for me. Dan Sterling
What do you
invites
mean,
me
bro?
every second week. I'm like, I'm just
No grit.
No grit.
I'm going to beat the fuck out of you in the triathlon.
Push a little bit longer.
Grit. You watch. I'm going to destroy you in the triathlon.
The triathlon.
Yeah, you're dead.
You
Where it
should beat
counts.
me in the triathlon.
That's grit.
You should beat me in the triathlon.
Endurance. Grit.
It'd
So
be,
if
it'd be
you beat
sad
it as
if you don't
expected,
beat
it's
me
not
in the
impressive.
triathlon.
Huh?
It'd be sad if you don't beat me in the triathlon. You got more riding on than on me.
do we put something on this, boys?
I
I
got
don't want anything
nothing
on it.
riding
He
on it.
should win. So
Charlie doesn't want to win. That's what I'm hearing.
I don't.
Nah, Charlie's already got excuses.
Charlie's
out there.
already got
He's
the
already
feet.
bringing
I got
them.
excuses. Charlie's already on the runner's low, mate.
He should win. Just like I should out squat him, he should beat me in the triathlon.
Yeah, true. Fair enough.
Are you going to do, Charlie, the 600-pound squat into a 6-minute mile on the same day?
That's actually not as easy as you fucking.
Nah,
it's
I
actually
reckon you got it.
What's your
No,
mile
I
like
think
currently?
it's achievable, but it's not as easy as a mile now.
Well, the point is, it's not easy.
No, I know it'd be a good challenge, but
Could you do the 500 to 5-minute?
No, fuck no.
So the running,
I could not run- I
so the
could not
running,
run it.
you reckon's the problem?
They're
No, the run,
5:55 and
the
a
run.
half.
No, a minute. So it's 5-minute mile is minute 15 400s,
Yeah.
which is fucking
4 of them.
four
quick mile.
in a row. It's quick.
It's quick mile.
So it's a minute 30. We've got to do the 6-minute. I don't actually know what I could run a 6-minute. What I could run a mile at the moment.
We need to do a testing day. Can you boys put that on your...
Let's go.
On your
So
key.
6-minute mile to minutes per K is 3.7 minutes per K. So what's that?
I could not get anywhere.
What's a 15, 30, 45, 60? So it's about 3 minute
know what you're doing
45. I'm trying to do mathematics in that.
Quick maths.
So 3 minute 45 Ks
We'd have to train for that event.
for whatever.
So
For a mile.
What are you?
I have no idea what he's talking
I was
about.
just going to let you run that.
I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
All right, listen.
You're saying 3 minute 45 kilometers. 3 minute 40 Ks.
A mile is 1.6 kilometers. You got to run 1.6 Ks at 3 minutes 45 pace.
That's your pace.
Yeah, I just googled it.
No, you got to run a kilometer at 3 minutes 45 minutes.
No, you got to run the mile.
Because the whole thing is a mile.
So you're running a 1 mile, which is 1.6 Ks.
in 5
at-
minutes. 5
No, I'm
minutes.
talking about a 6 minute mile.
In 6 minutes.
Yeah, in 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So you run 1.6 kilometers
Yes.
at 3 minutes and 45 second Ks.
That's your pace. You have
That's
to
your
keep.
pace.
Yeah,
That's
3
fast?
3 minute and 45
Oh, like
second
it's
Ks.
achievable. Like it's really. But I've got.
You said mile.
Oh, whatever. I fixed it.
Could you
Fucked it.
squat 500 and run a 5 minute mile?
Me?
Yeah.
Nah. 5 minute miles.
5 minute
ridiculous.
miles quick, man.
5 minute miles really quick.
There's only
Like
two
I've got
people
like
to do
70
it.
kilo footy players that are doing their Cooper's test and they're running at 3:45 minute pace. So they're doing 6 minute miles.
Yeah.
Craig Allen's almost there.
Craig Allen's a monster.
So there's
Shouts
only
out
two
Craig
people.
Allen.
There's only two
Shouts
people
out.
to do that 500 and the 5 minute. And,
Yeah, a
they're-
CrossFitter.
Who's that?
CrossFit and Fergus Crawley.
Yeah.
And Fergus Crawley does double Ironman.
Come on, Charles. Aim a bit higher, man. You can do it.
Man, I could.
606. Go 606.
You could be the Aussie.
You could do
Fergus
606.
Yeah, we'll do.
Because not many, you've got the upper hand that there's not many people at all can squat 600 pounds, let alone people that can run.
Yeah, so
Strong like you, boy.
Alex Viada got asked this question actually about which one you should use develop first if you want to be more of a hybrid athlete, and he said strength first.
yeah.
Spend years developing strength,
But
which
it
is what
takes
I've
longer.
done. Takes longer. Once you got it, quite easy to maintain. If you do like one hard set of squats, one hard set,
Much
you're
easier to maintain.
You're going to maintain your strength pretty well, and then you can build your aerobic base.
Yeah.
What does Viata do? Does he do this type of stuff? Like
He doesn't
heavy
talk about it.
He does a lot of trail running. And a lot of.
Oh, but I mean, I know he does it, but I mean,
He
like in
doesn't
terms of this squatting
actually
and
talk
shit. Like,
about his personal achievements that much. He's more education. He
Doing
said
his
that in
next Q&A.
I know he's pulled 700 pounds.
No, I've seen some deadlift. Yeah, he's
Pulled over
deadlifter.
700 pounds.
Yeah,
Has
he's-
so he could probably
Maybe he squatted 700.
Nah, I don't think it's squatted.
If he's pulled 7, he could squat 6.
So
700.
as this a 5 minute mile pace in minutes per K is a tick over 3 minutes per kilometer.
Tough.
How fucked is that?
It's fucked.
That's so fast.
When Fergus Crawley did it, he was like vomiting at the
Yeah.
end.
He
was
squatted
like, he was
first.
munting.
He squatted in
the morning.
A couple
Yeah, you
hours
would.
later.
You
and
couldn't
then
squat
ran.
after it.
No, not at all. I
legs
mean, like
were
he just
jelly.
did it in the same day.
Yeah, he
Oh,
did
that's
it.
like-
No, he did it in the same day, did it, and then at the end goes, I'm going to run 50K now.
And he actually did.
Oh, he did too.
These guys are
He
freaks.
just
Yeah,
goes,
he's an animal.
He goes, I'm just going to run 50K. So they go, and then if something fucked up or something, but he ended up only doing like 38 or some shit. But still.
Only 38.
Oh, that's soft.
Hang on, let's go back to the try training then. So what's the plan? How are we building
Brick
this?
smart.
My nuts.
Yeah, how are we how are we building this thing up over the next when is it? March 15th?
March 23rd,
23rd?
around there. So,
Bricks.
Charlie and I bricks. The goal isn't to go full triathlete. We're gonna still lift 3 times per week. The lifting is very like bare bones, basic. It's very like front squat, bench press. He's doing slight differences to me.
I've added in on Monday to I had dips and curls in.
Yeah, so I've got dips and pull ups.
Fuck.
Yeah. So I've
Give
got
up.
like calisthenic, like dips and pull ups. It's very Choco styles training.
Actually, pull-ups are back. So many
Yeah,
people are doing pull-ups down there.
Pull-ups, and I'm going to be doing front squats.
Yeah. So I've got front squats as well,
Front
but it's
squats.
very basic. There's no
Bare
junk in
bones.
there. The volume is relatively low. Intensity will end up coming up higher just because there's going to be so much on the legs with the cycling, which is really novel.
Can
for
you guys
us.
take
But
girth?
I don't even do a lot to begin with anyway. Even when I'm training for this nationals that we just did, I did 3 days a week.
It's
and
because you don't care about it.
Each day, I don't care, and I'm weak, and I don't hit PRs, and I don't periodize my training. 3 days a week, and each day had 3, no more than 4 exercises. Yeah. And you do them fucking hard, and you do them proper. There's too many programs with too much fluff, too much shit. Make sure you're hitting your fucking RPEs. Proximity to failure first. So it's just strip everything back. Failure.
I love the way you say Faya.
Failure.
F-A-Y-A.
Yeah.
Failure, mutt.
So that's the
my
lifting. That's the lifting. We still want like big heavy shit. We're still obviously prioritizing.
How much
being
weight
stronger.
are you willing to lose, Charlie?
So I don't even know if I'm going to lose. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. My weight's sort of holding around.
Something that
I think you could.
No, I
It's
could.
not going to affect your lifting.
No, I could, but I'm right now. I'm eating. I'm just eating normal. Like I'm
not tracking.
not track. I haven't tracked.
neither.
I haven't tracked.
I must
since
admit,
April.
since that podcast with
Mackenzie Baker.
Mackenzie Baker, he was like, yeah, just do it without tracking, and no shit. There's a lot of people out there that have the skill set. Just fuck tracking.
It's actually ridiculous. Like
It was like a glass shatter moment.
No,
for
he-
me.
Yeah, I haven't
he's
been tracking
changed
either.
it.
Yeah.
And I've had clients listen to that podcast and ask me like, I don't want to track. And I was like, fucking no, we don't need to. And then I have my basic rules that I fall back to on every time. He's Mackenzie Baker, protein and plants, which is, mate, which we was talking about that anyway, plate construction. Put your protein, carbs and veggies. It's very fucking.
And do you know what I've found, like, subjectively in my
You eat better
8-week
anyway.
cut is, well, obviously the nutritional literacy is there, and it was the last time I did aggressive mini cuts too. Like, nothing has changed in my nutritional knowledge, food selections and stuff like that. At the rate of loss, the same rate of loss in this one, which has been almost a kilo a week, and the same for a 4-week mini cut, which was about a kilo a week. The mini cut I found so much harder to adhere to because I kept looking at the numbers.
Yeah, you got.
I'm like, I've got 50 grams of carbs left, and I've got 100
And
grams of this,
they're-
and I've got 10 grams of fat, and I need to portion this out and that out and this
There's
out.
mental fatigue and time consumed by those decisions versus saying, I'm going to pick a protein source, I'm going to pick some veggies, and I'm going to pick a carb source.
And it's been-
keep it to an exercise plate and just do that on
Yeah,
repeat.
I haven't been hungry yet.
No,
I haven't been hungry yet
either,
at
but
all.
I did have 3 cookies last night.
My training, I've never liked to feel pigeonholed to one thing, the barbell, just bodybuilding style training, just conditioning. So I needed to figure out how to program effectively to make sure that I'm able to build up all qualities at once. And myself, I found that training in a concurrent fashion has been the absolute best for my enjoyment, but I'm still making unreal progress. If you've wanted to train like this and need help in structuring a concurrent training program and you just want to do the lot, make sure to get in touch with me today.
Out of the oven, crazy.
Did you make him yourself?
So I wanted to make
Betty
him from scratch.
Crocker?
Last time we made him from scratch, but this time Deuce, because I'm just going to get it. She got the greens thing. So easy. Actually mad. So greens, egg, butter, done. Crazy. But yeah, in terms of cutting. So what happened was the week of the comp, I started eating up again. So I started adding dextrose to my smoothie, was cooking pastas, eating more energy, dense food, more carby. Weight went up a little bit. I was like, I'm going to eat this week so I can hopefully perform well.
You weigh pretty light as well.
Which I didn't because I suck at powerlifting.
That was another spanner that Charlie just threw in just to try and keep his body guessing. He cut into the competition.
So I was running and cutting into the competition. And
So you obviously don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit. Didn't perform at all. Terrible. So, what would I know anyway?
You got a bit of chip on your shoulder, Charlie, or something?
You know what? At the end of the day,
Just a chip.
at the end of the day, he did come second. So
Couple chips.
Yeah, he's up, mate.
I don't think Hook comes to the comp.
You got smoked by
Hook is an animal. Someone
Hook is
goes
an
to me like that, what are you going to do to like catch up to first? I'm like, nothing. He's a fucking
triathlon.
give up.
Give up. He's, no one's catching him. Actually, no, honestly, Tom Glover.
No, he's got some.
He will.
How old is
he's
he?
24.
Tom Glover's an
His
animal.
pec was injured. His pec was injured. When he puts it together and he gets his bench right, he will be close.
Mate, he's dense.
Keep in
He's
mind,
like
like,
walking through this
Hung's
kid
like
is big.
32, been doing this for a long time.
Tom Glover's
Glover's
the
got time to
young,
catch
he's the
you.
young whippersnapper coming up. He will. And here's the thing: I had to like take my chance there. He's, he is injured. He has pec, but you got to take, man. You can only compete against the people
Hey,
that are there.
Absolutely.
The day of
But
the
he will-
competition.
Nah, he will be. He'll be fucking. Yeah,
Mate,
once he puts
he's
it together,
huge.
he's big boy. And he'll only get stronger. He'll only get better, and
Shouts out.
he'll fucking push it.
Young whippersnapper.
It was actually fun that day.
Yeah, but how's he go on the bike?
See, that's the draw card. If anyone ever out totals Charlie, like, come run with me.
Come running. Come to a 6 minute mile.
My running sucks.
Always
thing is,
caveats.
Charlie's
Always.
literally done like 3 weeks of tri training. Yeah, we just put him on this hybrid.
Charlie
pedestal.
is the try guy.
I came out to do a deadlift or a squat at the beginning. You're like, he runs, he swims. I'm like, I haven't even been for a swim yet. I haven't even been for a swim
Hasn't
yet.
touched the water.
Goggles yet?
Yeah, I'm getting goggles tomorrow. We're going swimming tomorrow. But cutting, what was I going to say? So
Shredding.
ate up that week. And then, so last week I was kind of a bit whatever. This week I'm sort of back. I'm back on the things. been my back on the food choices, Whole Foods, all that shit.
Heaps
but
of cookies.
By the way of energy expenditure, because last week was our first week of actual training, we did nearly 2 hours, 2.5 hours of aerobic work, which will chew a lot of energy. Like that brick session, we're churning energy.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Take a shot every time you say brick.
Brick fun. They're churning energy. The other thing that people don't realise, and I see this day in, day out, is, and who's the guy that James Smith's mate? The other one?
Darren Cartel.
The need up concept. People don't walk. They don't move. They go sit at a center, and I'm getting 3,000 steps a day. I can't lose weight. It's like your metabolism's dog shit. Get out. We need to move more. We have to move more.
Oh, where'd this come from?
Energy expenditure. So not tracking.
Flux it today.
Flux it. So walk 10. Walk. Flux it. 10 to 12k steps a day. Be active. Like
How are we going to do this drunk?
We'll be right.
I don't know. What's happened today? Are we over caffeinated?
You know what?
I've had two. I feel
You
like
two have just been going.
Pent up
man,
energy.
it's the endorphins. It's the
runners.
No, it's
runners on, mate.
See that?
Me and Jamie aren't running. Me and Jamie aren't running.
I've asked like 2 little questions, and then you two have just been going back and forth.
Smart.
Doing 3,000 steps, you don't. What are you doing?
Mate, I'm perforating my fucking brain cells with oxygen. I'm getting hot.
Get your top off for this podcast.
The neat thing is, I think I agree with Charles
It's a big
here.
component that gets
I
overlooked.
think neat is obvious, and it's not neat because it's technicalities, whatever. But just
Move.
walking,
Just
just
move.
walking,
Move more.
Move your body.
just moving more is the lowest hanging fruit for so many people.
It's the lowest hanging fruit, and it's the one that I feel gets resisted the most. People are, steps. Oh. It's like,
Yeah, but yeah. I know.
but it's such a
Say
big
it. Everyone say it.
I got
And when
my
you
thoughts
add it
on
up, 15% of your total daily energy expenditure can be, just by moving more, that can be the difference between actually getting something.
for a lot of people,
Yeah.
it is the difference.
It is, and yeah.
I
Even
just
just
feel
like,
like step targets, numbers, and shit just become the same as tracking macros for me. And then it becomes this. It becomes this thing where if I go for a walk, it's like I'm out to get steps rather than I'm going
Yeah,
for
see,
a walk.
I'm not gonna lie. I hate
Need a dog.
I hate
Huh?
the whole thing.
No,
of like,
I love going for a
That's not
walk.
the problem. What he's saying is, I'm getting my steps. Man, you're going for a walk.
You're going for a walk.
I hate the whole thing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
why can't we just call it going for a walk? Like,
Yeah,
Because
I think that's.
if it can be objectified, it should be objectified.
I like having a
Should it?
target.
No, that's
that
why.
is-
That's
that
what
is
everyone
the thing.
does. What Jamie's saying is
so
what
we don't
everyone does.
necessarily have to talk. We can talk step targets, but just ask yourself:
And
Do
then
I
it
sit down
creates
too
this
much?
shitty relationship
Should I,
with
should I
going
go
for a walk.
outside more? Should I go for a walk? Cool.
I know.
That's where we can go with it.
I walk more when I'm fucking like I go 8,000 a day. I reckon in the last 6 weeks.
He's really
I've
checking
only-
that watch.
For like 2,600 morning. I've only missed like 3 under 8k like a few days, literally a few days.
Look at this guy.
No, and for me having the target helps so much. I get out, and I found breaking it up, and then also implementing some of those things that we talk about, like. When I go to the supermarket, I park further away. I'll walk
up every aisle.
and down the aisles a couple times.
Walk on the phone.
man.
The phone one, massive.
In his
I just do
courtyard,
that.
I was on the phone to one of my clients for a review.
Making calls.
1,000 steps on the phone. Didn't even notice it. It's impressive what the phone steps does.
Yeah.
Phone steps is big. I love
steps
it.
big.
I love phone steps.
feel like
You
it
look important as well.
Yeah.
Doing these ones.
Yeah, you got to keep the elbow high.
Yeah.
So you take a phone
90
call.
degrees.
Yeah, what's doing, cuz?
Ready to take out people.
No, I when I started the cut, I'm like, I'm not
tracking.
I'm not tracking anything, steps included.
Full subjective guy.
Yeah, just subjective, just feeling the vibes.
Feel it.
My vibrations are real high.
Vibrations.
Yeah, and it's been nice.
real cute
I don't know.
shit.
I just don't think about it as much. I just found before it was just I'm always thinking about either getting steps in or hitting these macros and whatever. It's like, man, I'm good. Like I know if I go.
How
for a
much are you
walk-
walking a day?
How much am I walking?
Yeah.
Well, I have done a few. I've
checked the numbers?
Times.
Yeah.
I've checked the number. Yeah, like I tracked a couple days. It's been 8 weeks. I'll track like 2-3 days just to have a squeeze, and then same with the steps. And I'm like, all right, I know if I go for a couple like 10-minute walks littered throughout the day, plus my incidentals, then I'll get about 10Ks. And then I always end up doing more than 10 minutes because
Once you
it's
start.
nice. Yeah. So it ends up being like a half hour with a few 10 minutes littered throughout the day, and I'll always hit, 8+, and it's
8.
fine. Yeah. And like I enjoy walking. It's just that when it becomes steps, it's shit. Like I'm already training and
So-
objectifying training in the gym.
I think You're doing the exact same thing. So I do the same thing. I break down my steps into smaller.
Yeah, well, it's
slots.
another barrier. It's like, yeah, you got to get 10,000 steps. Like, all right, if I get 10,000 steps and I'm doing fuck all throughout the day, then 10,000 is an hour and 15 to 20 minutes of steps.
It's too long.
I'm not doing that.
No one's going for an hour and a half.
Nah, not
I'm
at all.
doing that on a daily basis. You know what works? You know what I've been doing in the morning now? Get up.
Star jumps.
No, not star jumps. I walk to the
P90X.
corner to where the park is and back, and it's 1,000 steps.
Yeah.
Off. As soon
I
as
just
get
walk
out
to
of bed.
Milk Bar.
Milk bar. Yeah.
I'll just go down to the Milk Bar.
Pick up some darts.
Get some darts, mate.
So I've already
started.
done 2,700 today, and I haven't actually been for a walk yet. That's all just like, yeah, I'll
Just
walk,
steps.
walk to the corner, walking around.
Go, Charles.
Go get him, Charles.
Yeah.
That's the cringy shit we're talking about.
Steps and cookies.
Fucking high five.
Go get him,
Steps and
Charles.
cookies, my lucker.
I'm
And then using the coaching shift for steps
just
as well.
thinking.
So, hot tip: become a PT and just do laps to the gym.
Get heaps of time in the morning. Have an open schedule in the AM.
But for the people working in corporate, I understand you're at a desk 8 hours a day, but
Speak to your boss.
speak to your boss, punch him in the face. No, I'm joking.
Quit your job, go off
quit your
grid.
job.
They're all
Go
Satanists
off grid
anyway.
and eat liver.
I reckon it's the couches, boys. The couches.
I'm so
the more-
relaxed.
The
We're
more
more
relaxed
we
vibe
feel at home.
has made us just turn into whatever the
So
hell this potty was.
Gremlins.
Lastly, wrap it up.
Lastly, for the corporate people, because there's a lot of corporate people out there. 10-minute
see you.
walk before work. 10-minute on your
Achievable.
lunch break. 10 minute after
Bang,
work.
half
Could you
an
do
hour.
that
It's-
again, but point at the camera and make eye contact
10
the whole
minutes
time?
before work. 10 minutes on your lunch break. 10 minutes after work. 30 minutes total walking. Then throw in some incidentals. You'll be close to 8K.
And another thing,
It's
also,
not that hard. It's not that hard. Stop looking at it as a big fucking thing.
another thing, if you're gonna go for a 10-minute walk, like walk with a purpose. Don't drag your feet. Like fucking get some pace on you.
Yeah,
Actually
walk.
get some steps
Get
done.
the
Like,
arm swing. Arm swing. Pick the knees up.
Get the arm swinging. Yeah.
No, I'm
Like-
a big leisure guy. Stuff that.
Well, if you got all day, be a leisure guy. Mr. Fucking man.
You got-
leisure
you
guy.
got-
Some of us are busy.
you got-
Got things
you got
to
a
do.
lot of-
I'll
places
show,
to
I'll
be.
show you my Google
You've got a
Calendar.
lot of
Every
low-
minute accounted for. At 12:43, I'm taking a shit.
You got a lot of low test vibes today.
1 minute.
Lot of low test vibes today coming from that corner.
From here,
From that corner, yeah.
bro, my vibrations are high.
That's how much you don't track your steps.
I just hear excuses over there.
I'm
Alright,
aligned,
hang on,
I'm
hang
getting
on.
shredded. I'm doing bricks.
I'm not
Come at
tracking,
me, bro.
I'm not tracking my steps, so I can just leisurely stroll.
Yeah. And what? Mr. Quantum? I thought you were all about those vibes. Apparently not.
When
Should change your Insta
when you
handle.
walk with a purpose.
Walk like you got somewhere to
Why?
be. So you get more steps done in 10 minutes. If you've only got 10 minutes, fucking walk
Back to the
fast.
same thing. We're back to the same thing.
I disagree.
Which is you're going out for steps. You want to be
Exactly.
going out.
No, it's man. You can still enjoy a walk.
Hey,
Just
if your
fucking walk
clients are
fast.
gonna
Agree with me
get-
2 minutes ago.
If they're struggling to get their
Suck a
session
lemon.
done, you tell them to put rest
Here's
times.
the thing. You don't have to track your steps. Don't even track your steps. But if you're, I'm busy. I've got a big work schedule. This that. Okay, it's tough.
Walk
You've
with
got a
purpose.
limited amount of time. Walk fast. It's simple as
All
that.
right, so I think what Didier is saying, if you're tight on time, use the time.
If you've got all the
wisely.
time in
Yeah.
the world, you want to take a leisurely walk, do it. But because we deal with people, we know what real life's like.
Yep.
Managing
no, that makes
life,
sense.
responsibilities.
No,
walk
that makes
fast.
sense. That
walk
makes
fast.
sense. If you've only got 10 minutes, you might as well.
You might
use
as well
the
walk
10
fast.
Yeah.
But realistically, most of us have more than 10 minutes. If you say you have 10 minutes, get off your phone, stop scrolling Instagram. But
We've all
if you
got
really think you're that
24
busy-
hours in a day.
We've all got the same 24
Nah,
hours.
I've got busier clients than you who are doing more steps than you. So take that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
If you made it to after cutting out probably 15 minutes of this,
Mainly from Charlie. Let's just point that out.
No.
I did
We'll-
some- I did some
We'll
silly
set some
things.
shit that was fucking.
there's a bit in there.
Also, my one segment wasn't that bad. It was just a bit.
no,
of
it was a bit of a discussion. It
was a discussion.
Yeah.
5
Nah,
minutes.
Let's take like a team
You also
huddle.
said some bad shit.
Which like what?
Boys.
We're not going to say. We're not going to repeat it now.
All right.
There was a couple times I wanted to say a couple other things. I've refrained. I'm trying to use this as a chance to just fucking.
Be at
All right.
peace.
I'm like a 6-year-old child.
All right. If you made it to now about an hour into this,
We need to pay you.
we would love it if you could give us 5 stars. Thank you for listening to us on Spotify.
You're putting up with us.
Other than that, I don't have much else to say. We have an offer running until the 23rd of December. You must sign up before the 23rd of December. You get a pretty hefty discount on your on a 12-week sort of session with the boys, or a 12-week program. So if you want to sign up before December 23rd, jump in the DMs or go to the first link in the description box. Other than that,
bricks.
hit us with 5 stars, and we will see you in the Christmas special, where we do this whole thing again, but with a mixologist. Do you want to quickly run us through, Charlie? What's planned for the...
So Paul Fricky, who's a client of mine, but also a good friend.
Long-term client. He's a great man.
Long-term client. Been with us from the first year or
Probably
so.
like 5 years, yeah.
But we're neighbours as well. We walk the dogs together. He got into during lockdown. Harry, he got into lockdown. Mixologist, actually making cocktails. So I've been around to his place for a few times. Had a couple of cocktails, proper cocktails. Better than you'll get going out.
Yeah, the list of stuff I've got to buy is not normal ingredients.
A lot of places make shit cocktails.
You know when people make a margarita, it's like a tequila and this fucking mix. It's like, nah, there's like 7 ingredients.
It's proper. He's learned how to make proper cocktails. And I've been there and I'm like even Deuce said this porn star martini is one of the best ones she's had. Because a lot of places make shit drinks. Those generic bars, shit drinks. You want to get good cocktails, you got to go to a proper place.
All right.
Proper place. Get steps in between. Paul Freaky's coming in. So the idea started last 2 Fridays ago. We were at his house having a cocktail, and we were obviously going to drink for the Christmas special. I'm like, let's get you in to make cocktails because he's an avid listener.
So we're going to set up a little bar on the side.
He'll be here. He'll be listening. He said he's going to probably stay sober for the first hour, just make sure everything's running smooth, and then he'll get in on the action.
Can we get him a little?
Sucks.
Can we get?
I want him slammed.
He needs to be slammed. He needs to be drinking.
Hey, you shut
Oh my God, man. Shut the fuck up. I do want to say one last thing. Hang on.
That wasn't that bad.
It was pretty bad, man.
Me telling him to shut up.
It's just...
This is how we talk.
Yeah, I know, but this is not how we've ever spoken on the fucking
Today is different. Today's
I
different.
love at the very start, Christmas, and I'm just going to cut this whole thing at this. But at the very start, you're like, oh, we've never spoken like that on the podcast. This whole fucking podcast has just been the most silly season.
You got to let us come into our own.
No, this is no. All right, back to
Command beat.
So just after that final cut of this episode, I just want to shout out, and we need to say thank you to Ryan King from 3 Kings Wealth Management because they have sponsored the Christmas special and have provided $500 for giveaways that we will be giving away on the Christmas special. This obviously goes up on Thursday. Tomorrow, Friday, is the day we film it. So in order for you to go in the chance of winning the a $100 gift voucher from 3 Kings Wealth Management and Melbourne Strength Culture for the silly season, what we need you to do is share your favorite episode from the year and tag both Melbourne Strength Culture and 3 Kings Wealth Management and say that you're looking forward to the Christmas special next week. If you do that, you'll go into a draw. We're going to have a spinning wheel here on a TV screen, and we're going to run it 5 times throughout the Rob Smith. See you later. 5 times throughout the special, and 5 winners will take home $100 as a thank you for supporting what we're doing here. So we appreciate 3 Kings Wealth Management. Thank you very much.
Shouts out.
And that's it.
We're influencers.